I'm Margaret Boersma. Today I'm going to talk about listening. Listening is difficult, but it is one of the best gifts we can give, and it's absolutely free. Creating an environment of communication around you, whether it's in the workplace or the classroom or at home, is critical. And it provides an environment that reduces potential stress and deals with stress when it comes in. So this video series is about stress resilience and giving you tools to deal with stress, which inevitably will come. So when you're listening to someone, are you really listening to what they're saying, or are you thinking of what you're going to say next? Take the time to reflect back what they say so that they feel understood. Because what often happens is we tend to say what's on our mind or what we're going to say next in response to what they just said. And what it feels like to the other person is that you're dismissing what they just said to you and what they just took a lot of care to craft, to communicate. So it's critical to put aside for a moment what you were going to say and reflect back what they said. So what I heard you say, here's an example. What I heard you say is that when you go outside for recess, the boys are not letting you play soccer with them, especially the leader, John. And then the other person may respond with, yes, they won't let me play. And then you can reflect more and you can say, and you really, really want, so you're reflecting their commitment, you really, really want to improve your soccer skills and to play with all the boys who are playing soccer at recess because you're very athletic. Yes, that's right. And I want to get really good at soccer. And the boys are having so much fun. I don't know why they won't let me play. So the stress level in that child is going down as you're reflecting back what they're saying. So you reflect back the essence of what they're saying, you paraphrase it, but you also reflecting back their commitment and their concern. So it's the subtext. And you get that from what they're saying, from their tone, but also from their body language. Body language in communication is more than 90% of communication. Is it any wonder why we have communication problems? Cyberbullying, some of it, a lot of it, is probably a lot of misunderstanding. We're not getting to see the facial expression, the tone, we don't hear the tone, or the body language, we can't see it. And it makes all the difference. And the neat thing is that once somebody feels heard, there's a clearing or a space to say your perspective or say things from your side. So you get a chance to be heard. But if they don't feel heard in the first place, there's no clearing for that. There's no space for that. And so we're not able to problem solve. So really this has a lot to do with cyberbullying also, because there's so many misunderstandings. Emojis are great, but they don't do the trick. They don't replace the tone and the emotional, the body language, nothing. And so I think it's important to teach our students the use of texting, the use of what would be a good use for texting. It probably is not replacing a conversation. In fact, it isn't. It's good for setting up a time to get together. And I could go on a long spiel about the importance of not forgetting the face-to-face skills in light of the new technologies, because a lot of students and a lot of our teenagers are scared to meet and intimidated to meet their friends face-to-face when all they've done is text. They feel like standing in front of each other and texting each other. And those face-to-face skills are critical for interviews, for getting along on teams and collaborating, even in the workspace, but also at school. And we need to be teaching that consciously now that there's more and more reason not to do the face-to-face. We need to not lose that skill in our students because they're not going to thrive. The other thing I want to talk about is the being with any communication. So just allow the communication from the other person to go through your understanding. Even if they're mad and sad, it says everything about them and where they're at and nothing about you and where you're at. So then you can reflect back what they said, reflecting the essence of what they say, reflecting their commitment and their concern. And if you let that arrow that they're sending your way, it might be blame, if you let it land in your heart, then you're not able to be objective anymore and you're not going to deal with the situation the way you need to, plus you're going to get stressed yourself. And that's not the idea. So say to yourself, I will be with any communication, that arrow will just land in front of you, not in your heart. And I will reflect back how that person feels and the essence of what they're saying and their commitment and their concern. Have a great day.